All right. So sitting cross-legged, or in whichever way works for you that you can have your spine tall. Very good. And get a sense of the spinal column lifting so that the rib cage is making space from the pelvis, and lift the shoulders as well. So as the shoulders go up, you can actually lift the side ribs a little bit more. Roll the shoulders slightly back and then let them relax, but keep the lift that you opened up to. So there's an openness in the chest, and then adjust your head so your head feels like it's on top of the spine. As best you can, you want a sense of energy going up and down the spine and a lifting sensation in the spinal column. And keeping this openness, close your eyes and center in. Allow yourself to just take a moment and connect with the sensations of having a physical body and the sensations of having an openness in this body. It's a balance and a dance between energetic action and relaxation. It's like a quiet, alert presence of the self. So feel and find a relationship to your own body. Then connect in with your heart center. And for a moment, imagining that you are opening up your heart and you're allowing that part of yourself that's right in the middle between the lower and the upper qualities of the being to be very present and embracive of the environment. And from that place, see if you can feel how you can radiate out an invisible light that permeates first and foremost your own space, your own beingness, your own consciousness, and then expands and dissipates into the environment around you. So it blends in an invisible way with the rest of the world. Move up to the mind center in the brain and in the consciousness. Just have a orientation to your state of being. Allow the eyes to relax as a way of also relaxing the mind and the brain. And then see how still you can become, allowing yourself to tap into an alertness, again, a quiet alertness to the senses, absorbing sound and silence, absorbing the sensation of sight and light, even with the eyes closed, light and darkness. The feeling of weight and gravity and lightness, and the sense of space around you. So there's a containment of solids and non-solids. And put the attention on the breath. And see if you can tap into this magical concept that the breath actually starts outside of you and the outer world is pouring in, mixing with the essence inside the body, and then the body gives back essence to the world outside. So keep that awareness and that exchange of mixing, that you are part of the outside, you are part of the inside, and they both intermingle in a never-ending ocean of exchange. And as you witness this, tap into the fact that there is consciousness in you, that there is awareness, and that there is something that is always observant. Relate to that part and see what intention you would like to set for today's yoga practice, for the ending of this year, and for what is to come. And beyond that, open to the mystery that nothing is the same, everything is unchanging, and the wonder of being able to consciously perceive all of this. Get deeply in touch with whatever it represents, this wish within you. Take a deep breath in. Put that intention in the heart center. Open the heart, open the chest, open the face, and then breathe out, let everything go. Feel the emptiness come back and slowly open your eyes. Very good. So let's have you both come up to a standing position. And again, we're going through really basic things. So as you stand, I would like you to have your feet hip width apart. And you want to make sure that the toes are going straight forward. So I know you're both getting ready. Very good. Arlene, I would like your feet a little bit wider apart. Linda too. So there's a sense of the feet being under the outer part of the hips. Yes. Arlene, even a little wider. Even a little bit wider. Yes. Right. Now, just for a minute, rock the heels in and out so you can feel the vacillation of what's available, outer heel, inner heel, and then see if you can find a place that when you stand, Arlene, wider feet, yes, you're aware of the outer heel and the inner heel. From here, lift the toes for a minute to activate the foot and be aware of the joint of your big toe and the joint of your little toe. So these are the four corners of the foot. And then allow the toes to come back down and see if you can keep a sense of all four corners happening. It's kind of like you have a car with four wheels. So in the practice, when you're working this detailed form of practice, you're always navigating the foot to see where the weight is in relation to everything. Make sure the weight is back into the heels right now. And notice that when that happens, your quads begin to tighten a little bit. So you want to feel that firming of the quads and get the pelvis back. And then from there, get the shoulders right over the hips if you can, and the head over the shoulders. There is almost a sense of falling backwards, but not quite. So you're sitting into the back body. And at the same time, the feet are grounding down very nicely. Now, as you're standing here, you both look pretty good, but let's roll one shoulder up, back, and down. And then do the same. The other shoulder rolls up, back, and down. Now, when you're doing this, is some activation. The shoulder blades are coming into the back. Most important is opening up the armpit chest. So the fleshy side part, you're lifting it. So I know for both of you, yes, that's it. For Linda, there's a little bit of a lift in this high part of the chest that you want to, yes. So you get this broadening of the tissue in the front and a little bit of anchoring. That's it. Now from here, extend the arms straight down by the sides, yes. So your fingers are straight, your elbows are straight, the collarbones are straight. Check that your weight is still into your heels, that you haven't drifted forward, and see how much you can get a liftingness. The heels are going down, the feet are evenly balanced, and you're going down and up at the same time. From here, lift the arms straight out in front of you. Keep the chest lifting. The chest tends to drop, so bring the arms down again. Lengthen the elbows. Check that the shoulders are rolled, the armpits flesh is open, elbows are straight, and now as the arms come up, feel this lifting even more. So the body does not shrink to get the arms up, it actually expands and there's more lift. And are you still into the heels? So check that. From here, slowly keep the elbows nice and straight, keep the chest lifting as the arms come up. Do not let the elbows bend. They need to stay long and the chest lift. So start to feel how the spinal column is being lifted up by this movement and the arms are going straight up. The elbows are straight, the fingers are straight, the weight is into the heels, the quads and thighs are pressing backwards. to keep the weight in the back body. And now from here, I'm bringing the hands down, keep them up, turn the hands like this. So you rotate the palms away from each other, lengthen the elbows again because they probably got to take them out to the side. Very broad, keep that chest open and right to shoulder height, extend, tighten the elbows. Make sure again you're on your heels, the back is lifted, the head is lifted, and bring the arms down. All the way down, very good. You'll do this again. Bring the arms straight up in front of you. Keep the chest lifting so the chest does not shrink. Lock your elbows and lift the arms up. So get a sense of this lift all the way up through the crown of the head. The armpit, very important, this whole armpit area starting to open and it makes space. Turn the palms away from each other, keeping the elbows straight. Check the heels, arms out to the side with the arms long, all the way to the fingers, elbows are strong, chest is lifted, and as the arms come down, keep the chest lifting. Very, very nice. Now we'll do this a little bit faster. So inhale up, turn the palms out, and bring the arms down. Again, inhale up, make sure the chest is lifting, turn the palms out, keep the chest lifted as the arms come out and down. Check the openness of the collarbones. Long elbows, long fingers. One more time, inhale up, palms away from each other, and all the way down. And just relax for a minute because although these are very simple movements, it can be, there's an intensification. Now, bring the arms, so stand again, reposition your feet so they're going straight forward. Check the four corners, just with your awareness. Are you aware some people roll more out, some people roll more in? What can you do to get as activated as you can on the four corners of the feet and the weight on the heels? So again, that's stacking up, head on shoulders, shoulders on hips, hips over probably the front of the ankle, and the quads moving backwards. The quads tighten and firm up. Bring the arms in front of you again. And now bring them together and clasp your fingers. So everything is clasped. You want to get as deep as you can. And then bring the hands and turn them inside out. Now pause here. This is a tricky part. You want as much webbing as you can and as close together with the fingers as you can and pressing out. So when I myself press out, my little fingers pop up. We're working to get into all of that tissue so as much as possible this does not happen. Chest is lifted and you extend the arms straight in front of you. Lock your elbows and keep the chest lifting up, weight into the heels. And now again, take your time, bringing the arms up with the chest lifting and the elbows straight. Pause here and press the little finger side of your hand down and the index finger side up and extend the elbows as much as you can. So there's a nice tractioning of the whole spine and an openness under the armpits. Hold that position and check your heels and check your feet if you're grounded and the quads are lifting. So everything is nice and long. And then bring the hands back. And bring them in and check which index finger you have in front of you and change the hand clasp. So again, lift the chest in case it started to collapse. And as best you can, take your time working and stretching the fibers of the palms of the hand. So the whole hand opens out. And then as best you can, you lock and straighten and lengthen the elbows. Keep the shoulders down, weight into the heels, chest lifted, and slowly bring the arms up. See how much armpit skin area you can start to open more deeply. So the connection of the arms to the armpit, the sides of the ribs, all of that area that gets so tight. Extend, hold this position, press the heel of the hand up, keep pulling the little toe finger down, the little finger down, and open open up the palm of the hand as best you can. Feel the ribs lifting up away from the hips, and the weight is still into the heels. So the legs are grounding and the rest of the body is lifting. Bring the hands back. Undo the hands and bring the hands down and relax. Very, very nice. Bring the feet together. So now we're in the official Tadasana position. Check the foot position again. For both of you, this is good. You don't have knock knees that get in the way. Check, can you get a sense of the evenness of the foot? The inner heel and the outer heel, both active, and the ball of the foot on the big toe and the little toe side, active. Long toes. Thighs moving back. Chest lifting up. We do not want the back arching like you're like a sway back, but we want this upper chest lifting up with the spine as long as possible. Yes. So same thing, we bring the hands forward with the elbows straight, the chest is lifting, and then the arms up over the head. Nice lifted straight arms, straight elbows, straight fingers, long expanded chest. Turn the palms away from each other and bring the arms out to the side and pause here again. So the elbows are straight, the fingers are straight, the arm muscles are starting to work better because they're being warmed up. Nice long position, legs are strong, bring the hands down. And one more time, the same variation. Bring the arms in front of you. Lift the chest up even more in order to get this lift of the hand. So everything is being pulled up. You're making lots of space in the skeleton. Turn the palms to face each other. Bring the arms out to the side. Long elbows, long wrists, long fingers. And bring the hands all the way down. And relax. Very nice. Now, the next one, you'll bring your hands up to here. When you lift up, bring the hands down again. When you lift those hands up, check what happens in the chest. It's very common for the chest to go soft. Can you lift like you're lifting even more? And then step your feet out, wide apart with the toes going straight forward. So out you go with, no, other way, Arlene, facing me, wide to the side. And you take your arm. Arlene, would you mind facing me? If you can face me, it will be nice. Linda, you can rest your arms for a minute. All right, now the position of the feet is very important. It needs to be, if possible, really wide. The width between the feet should be equivalent to leg length, which is more than normal. I think you're okay, Linda. Hard for me to see. Oh, perfect, Arlene. That's good. Arlene, I would like your legs a little bit wider. A little bit wider, yes. Maybe Linda for you too. Just a little tiny bit wider if you can. Yes. So this is going to start to challenge the legs and the hips quite a bit. And check that the toes are going straight forward. And same thing, check your heels. Here usually there's a propensity to drop a bit into the inner heel. You want to lift those arches up and ground the outer foot, but don't forget the big toe joint, very important. And make sure the thighs are pulled up and the weight is still backward into the heels. This is looking good, and we'll do the same thing with the arms. Bring the arms up, lift them up over the head, press into both heels, lock your elbows, lift up the rib cage even more now. Turn the palms to face each other and come out to the side. And just take a moment to stand here, extending the arms, pressing into the outer foot, lifting the chest, and bringing the arms down. And we'll do this faster. Inhale up, open the armpits, lengthen the arms, turn the palms to face each other, out, and down. One more time. Inhale up, turn out, and down. Very, very nice. Bring the arms in front of you. Clasp. And same thing. Rotate the arms inside out. Shoulders are down, so the chest is still hooked upwards. And keeping the elbows straight, bring the arms up over the head with the elbows locked. Start to feel that there's more mobility coming into this upper body as a result of all the work you've been doing. Little finger side of the hand is pulling downwards. Index finger is pulling up. Tractioning the side ribs and pressing into the outer feet. Bring the hands down again. Flip to the other side. And again, bring the hands. First, you check the position in front. Once you know that everything is locked in, you start lifting up. If the shoulders happen to be tight or the upper back is tight, you may not get all the way up. Both of you are fine. Lock your elbows, open the armpit skin, stretch into the triceps and the arms. Check that the side ribs are as long as possible. Weight into the heels and bring the hands down. Now we're going to go into triangle stand. This is about the width of how you want your legs to be. Let me show you how you're going to turn your right leg out. So from this position, I'm not going to spread my legs, but so you have your legs apart. This is the leg you're going to be working with, your right leg. You actually lift your heel up, swivel the heel, and then turn the toes. And you want the right foot lined up with the left foot. Yes, so that's how you would be turning your legs out. Now, Arlene, wider legs again. Wider legs. Even wider. It's really different when you in an Iyengar yoga foundation. Right. Right. Linda, I think you're cool. Now you check the foot that's still going straight. You really want to feel the weight into the heel and grounded, and the right knee rotating out as much as you can. So get that right knee rotated out. As best you can, you're staying straight, but that's the least important. Now, lift the arms. And again, take the arms out. So you're spreading your arms the same way. As you start to go into your triangle stand, you want to ground this hip. The hip you're stretching away from, you want to ground into the heel. I'm sorry. The heel is the most important part. And then as you hinge out, you keep the weight into the heel and you only go as low as you can without aligning up. Let's have a look. Even more pressure into the heel, Arlene, of the back leg. So that leg works really, really hard. Now imagine taking your right hip and bringing it under as best you can while you rotate your right rib open. Linda, you've got the right idea, but I think you need the hips a little bit more. But this is good. Stretch that arm. Arlene, you're too low. You're too low. Your bottom side of your trunk has collapsed. I would like you to hold the leg and not be free form. Hold the leg so now you can start to bring your right ribs open. And better, really rotate the right rib. So the right hip comes under, the right ribs move forward and up. Linda, that's a good range of movement. And now strengthen your legs and come back up. Keep the arms nicely wide to the side. So here we go to change position with the feet. The foot that's turned out right now, you're going to lift it, roll on the heel and bring it back to straight. And then this foot will swivel around on the toe. Right, right. Start with this nice lift of the chest, armpits working, and check the groundedness of the right hip. The right hip goes into the right heel. Now, as you go out, the more you're going out, the right heel is grounded more and more. Yes, and the right knee is left knee is rolled out. Arlene, please grab the shin with your hand. Yes, because, and then you take that right hip, the hip that you're bending towards, and as best you can, you bring it under. You rotate this leg under and you activate it into the pelvis, and then use your left ribs to come forward and rotate out so the head can rotate. Keep extending the arms so both arms are working hard, and slowly bring yourself up. Very nice. Now take the foot that's turned out, lift the toes, turn it straight, and step your feet together. Very good. Just to relax for a minute, bend forward and relax your spine down. So you bend over and down, let your head relax, let your spine relax. So everything is nice and long. Easy work into the back, allowing the body to let go of tension. And allowing the hamstrings to start to lengthen. Now in this position, check to see where is the weight. Can you get this sense of the 4 points of the feet working? And at the same time, start to check the quads. Are the quads lifting? The more the quads support from the front, the more the back of the legs will start to let go and release and elongate. So we want all of this happening. Hold your elbows with your hands in this position and let the weight of the arms, you can actually pull with your hands to traction even further down. So allow the spine to lengthen, allow the legs to lengthen. And in this position, just swing a little bit right to left, almost doing a little mini figure 8 with the arms, just to let even more of the body release and elongate. Very, very nice. Relax your arms down and roll yourselves back up to an upright position. Good work. Let's step your legs out again for another triangle stand. So you have your legs wide, the width between each foot. The feet should be the same length as a leg length. So you're really making, that looks good. You're making an equilateral triangle. Just here, you should already have this sense of very powerful legs working. Nice, very nice. Lift the arms up to the side. And now let's again, you will lift the right heel and by bending the knee, so that's it. So you turn it around. So you want to get this orientation of how to rotate the leg, and then start to get a sense of the quads lifting, the feet are grounded. You want that nice sense of stability into the feet. Get a sense of pressing into your left heel already. Use the pressure into the heel. So the hips, especially for you, Arlene, are going to move a little bit to the left as you go to the right. So you rotate the right hip a lot and reaching out, reaching out. Linda, you're doing good. Arlene, please come up one more time. Arlene, reach the arms out. As you go out to the right, do not shorten. What happens is you shorten the right side. Reach it on. Swing to the left. More to the left with the hips. More to the left. Better. Better, so that right side is longer. Now, both of you work the right hip under and then rotate your chest open. So you bring the right rib under you, and in order to bring your chest further up. Don't go too low, Arlene, because now you're the lower part of your body. How much length can you get in your trunk, Arlene? More length. The rib cage should be moving away from the body. Very nice. Both arms are nice and straight and strong. Straight right arm, Arlene. Straight elbows, but hold the foot. Get a good grip and come back up. Very nice. Relax your arms for a minute. Arlene, when you're going down, you're either doing this, which means you're not, I would like a closed circuit. I want you to hold your foot, your shin with your hand, so you have a complete grip. Then it gives you a rotational capacity. If your hands are free form, then your trunk is doing all the work and you tend to be really short. I'd like you to use the four corners of your body to get you elongating the trunk for now. For now. This is one style. So let's have you both rotate the right foot in. So you have to lift the toes and roll on the heel. Yes. Good. And the other foot, remember, you're actually lifting the heel up and swiveling it around. Have a look at your own, Arlene, you lift the heel. You have to bend the knee and lift the heel. That's it. Just enough. So that's how you, and you bring the heel around. And then you adjust the toes. Better. So you see they're opposite movements. One is swiveling on the heel, one is swiveling on the ball of the foot. Now look at the foot turn to the left. Both of you check. Is it lined up with the middle of your right arch? It needs to be in the middle. You have to have a T shape. Better, yes. Bring the arms up in front of you. Take the arms out to the side with a nice sense of expansion with your elbows locked. Now ground, lift out of the hips on both sides of your waist and start moving the hips to the right. Better, Arlene, so you make a corner. Lengthen out and then hold. So now, how much can you open the chest, both sides, and you bring the left rib cage forward and you rotate your head up. And you make sure that you have this hinging. So you're opening out. Linda, very nice. For you, you could probably go a little lower. You're both good. Arlene, I want more length in the trunk as best you can, opening the chest. Excellent, both of you. Very, very nice. Keep those legs nice and strong. Ground the feet. Come back up. Turn the left foot in so you swivel on the heel. You bring the foot straight forward and you relax your arms down. Bring the feet together. So you take a moment to relax. That was excellent, both of you. Now, eventually what happens when you spread your legs out in Iyengar yoga, you actually soften the knees, bring the arms up, and you hop. Both feet hop out at the same time. If you feel you would like to experiment with that, you can, or you step. So spread the legs out. We're going to move into lateral angle stretch. So get your legs wide. That's the idea. And normally bring your feet together again, seeing you're both hopping. Let's review this. So what you'll do is you bend the knees, the arms come up and you hop. Everything goes at the same time. Yes. So you land nice and wide and eventually you don't let the chest collapse as you do this. Now, rotate the right foot out and you're going to need to get the legs wider. So the left foot has to move even further away from you, further out. So it's a wider position than triangle stance. So it's beyond equilateral triangle. Keep the chest nice and lifted with the arms straight. Feel that sense of the chest straight in the middle and start bending the right knee. The right knee has to rotate in the socket to the side and you bend it till the shin bone is vertical to the floor. So it's going straight. Nice position. Both of you, can you wiggle your left foot even wider? We're looking if we can to get a 90-degree angle. So even wider position if you can. And Arlene, bend your knee more. Bend your knee more. Bend your knee a little tiny bit more. Now we're coming close to what the pose is. Yes, keep working the right knee out. The knee should be going over this third toe, fourth toe, from your glute to your knee. The quad starts to work really hard and you're both very good. The left armpit over the left hip, strong arms, straight body. Turn your head and look to the right. Keep this position and watch that you don't start to drift higher. If you can, you stay very deep in this position. At first, it's a challenge. Keep grinding the left heel. Very strong. Keep that heel pressing down. Arlene, bend the right knee more. Bend the right knee. Yes, now we're getting into the position. Very nice. Keep those arms nice and strong and slowly straighten the legs. Very nice, both of you. Relax your arms and now we'll transition. You lift the toes of the right foot, bring them straight. Lift the heel of the left foot and swivel it around. Nice, girls. Yes. So that the left foot lines up with the middle of the right foot. So you have this T shape going on. Nice wide position, wider than normal. Lift your arms up again. So at first this is gonna start to open up the hips really considerably. Big lift on the whole spine and lock out into the arms. As you do this, start bending your left knee, rotating it from the glute into the knee. So there's a spiral, the bone goes into the socket strongly. Bend the knee a little bit more, both of you. Nice, very, very good. Armpit to hip on the right side is vertical. This looks excellent. Nice open chest. Expand the chest even more because the tissue is getting warm. Turn your head and look to the left. Keep sinking. Both of you can drift down a little deeper. You're almost where the pose is supposed to be. You're getting really close. You're doing great. Sink a little bit deeper with a nice lifted chest. Open the chest wide. Stretch the arms wide. And now straighten the leg. This is looking excellent. Swivel the left toes forward and then step your feet together. Very, very nice. Let's have your feet hip width apart. Very good. Again, bring the hands up. Clasp them and go inside out with your chest lifted. And lift the arms up, locking the elbows. So one more time. Much warmer spine now. The chest is long. Everything is long. See how much you can get a lift. Feet a little closer, Linda. Linda, a little bit too wide. Yes, excellent work. Keep that lift, ground into the heels. Check where the weight is. So the heel is a very important part of the position and the hips are over the heels. Bring the hands forward. Clasp the other way. Scoop the hands forward again, keeping the chest lifted and lift the arms up. Again, long elbows, long lift in the armpits, long lift in the side body. Heels down, feel the outside of your legs grounding. And bring the hands back and relax the arms down. Let everything settle. Take a moment here. Very, very nice. Bring the arms in front of you. Turn the hands here. And now clasp the hands. So you have this nice hand clasp. And again, check that the spine is lifted. Now the shoulder blades are a little bit forward right now, but you want this armpit chest still lifting. So the back is flat. And slowly start lifting the arms up. You may feel a lot of tension in the shoulders. So you go as high as you can without letting something give. So that it stretches the shoulders and stretches the armpit area appropriately. Keep the chest lifting. And then bring the hands back. Double check for a minute which hand is on top and then shake the hands out. So it was my left hand on top because we're going to do the same thing for a minute with the other hand. Linda, are you okay? Okay. Bring the other hands and now change. So you turn the hands back to back and you clasp. And other hand is on top. Check that the spine is lengthened up. Shoulders are down. So now start to play with, can the shoulders stay down but the elbows straighten? So you'll go deeper into the armpit and deeper into the texture of the arms. Nicely lifting up. Side body very long. Waist long, spine long. Can you make more space in the spine and more space with the legs going down to the floor? Bring the hands back and bring the arms down. And now just standing Tadasana. So the shoulders are back and down. The arms, I'm lifting them so you can see, are straight. It's a dynamic position with the fingers. Everything is long and the body is long. And just pause here and see how steady you can make the whole body. Now relax the muscles and bring your feet together. So we'll be doing the same position with the feet together. Check those heels. Can you really get a sense of grounding the heels? Big toe joint, little toe joints, the 4 points of the feet very grounded, and then the quads moving back and up. Hips are over the heels. Chest is over the hips. Head is over the shoulders, and long arms with the shoulders right. So there's a bit of a sense of the shoulder blades gliding down the back. How steady can you be when you're standing here? Nice and long. As much as you can, you're calibrating in these subtle adjustments to create more and more stability in the body. Now close your eyes and see if you can continue with it. It's a different experience when the eyesight is not available to calibrate. And open your eyes. Very, very nice work. Let's lift the hands and jump the feet out wide. And again, you want an equilateral triangle. So, yeah, we're keeping the feet straight. We're doing a forward bend. Arlene, I would like the right heel a little bit more pressed out. A little bit more so the outer line of your foot matches the side of your yoga mat. Yes. Okay, weight into the heels, arms out, and then you will bend forward, put your hands on the floor. Yes. Now both of you are already nice and flexible, so walk your hands in between your feet if you can, and lengthen yourselves down. So you have some weight on the hands, helping the back of the body lengthen down, and the back of the legs lengthening down. So you're still pressing very nice. I can see Arlene's feet. You're doing great. The legs are working very actively and the spine is lengthening down. So Arlene, your head is on the floor, which is excellent. See now if you can wiggle your feet a tiny bit closer together so you get more traction into your back. Yeah, same thing. Now, can you lengthen your spine to get your head to the floor? Very, very good. Both of you work your hands a little bit forward in front of your feet and then lift your head up and look forward. So from here, nice. Again, open that chest. Linda, if you want to come up on the fingertips, you can to help get, yes, that's it. So you get this nice opening. Work the spinal column so you get a beautiful length in the body. Bring your hands to your hips and bring yourselves up to an upright position. Very nice. Let's have you clasp your hands behind your back. Roll the shoulders open and extend the arms backward. The shoulders will come a little bit forward here. That's fine. Bend forward again. Bring the hands as far away from your back as you can. So you bend forward and down, and you stretch those arms away from you. Let all of that tissue start to open. Take your time. Start shifting the weight a little bit forward towards the toes without losing the groundedness of the heel to create more length. Slowly bring yourselves back up. Very, very good. Undo your hands. Take them to the side and see if you can jump your feet together. So you bring your feet together. Nice. And in. Very, very good. Toes and heels together. Bend forward and down just to lengthen and release the body. Slowly bring yourselves back up to an upright position. Very good. We're going to do the lateral angle stretch now. So you can jump your feet apart if you want to, that wide position of the legs. Nice. So Arlene, a little bit wider. And then again, your left foot is already nicely straight. If it's not, make sure the heel and the little toe match the side of the mat. And then you lift the other foot and rotate it around. You lift your heel. For you, Arlene, I want the leg wider position of the legs. Start with your arms out to the side and bend your right knee down the way you just did. Nicely rotating that hip under, sinking down, making sure your shin is parallel to the floor. So Arlene, you will want to bend a little more. There, so the knee is going a bit further. This is looking good, both of you. Right. Now, ground the left heel strongly as you start extending out to the right. You will bring the hand in front of your foot. Can you get all the way to the floor there? And eventually the hand should go to the floor flat. Yes. From here, take the other arm straight up to the side. So it's going to the ceiling. Now, you're leaning into that right knee. Arlene, you need to bend the right knee more. Bend. That's it. Now lean back with your body weight into that knee and stretch the other arm straight up. Linda, make sure you're not going back, but it's straight. And you open the chest again. And just hold that position. Think of your right hip as best you can. You bring it under your body. Yes, to help the hips open even more and the side body even more. Turn the palm of the hand and bring it by your ear. So the palm of the hand is facing the floor. The thumb is backwards. The little finger is forward. So the hand is this way. Nice long. Keep leaning into the right leg and stretching the left side of the body. Very straight elbow, Arlene, of the left arm. Straight elbow. Now bring the arm back up. Lock your elbows, both arms straight. A body comes up first and straighten the right leg. Very nice. Relax your arms and you swivel. The right foot comes up and forward and your left heel lifts and you rotate and adjust the foot so you have a look at your feet. You're always checking, are you in the middle of the foot that's facing forward? Excellent. Bring the arms to your chest so the chest is nicely lifted and then take the arms to the side. Start bending the left knee from your glute. You turn the knee out. Bend the knee, sink down without the body sinking. Nice. Now ground the right heel and start extending, but keep connected to that right heel. You reach out as far as you can and bring the hand to the floor. So Arlene, you started straightening the knee as you went over. So the goal is not to do that. And the other arm, Linda, you can just take it up. And just for you, Linda, that's it. If you can, Linda, bend. Do you see how the hip goes up, Arlene? I'm just pointing that out. You want to stay down. You probably need a block. Never mind, we're going to work on that. Open to the right hip curls under you. You bring the right buttock under as best you can and you lean back to get the chest opening. Then slowly bring the arm by the side of your body and lengthen the whole right side, elbows straight, fingers long, and keep connected to the right heel being grounded. So lots of work going on. Bring the arm back up. Now ground the feet. Bring the body back up to a vertical position without the knees straightening. And now straighten the legs. Very good. Turn the left foot in. So you lift the toes, rotate it in. Excellent. And if you can, if you want to, you jump your feet together. Very, very nice. Just standing for a minute, shoulders rolled out. Excellent. And let's just go for tree pose so the feet are together. And when you feel ready, you will ground that right foot and lift up your left foot to the side of your leg. Hands will come to here. So you're just right now, you're just figuring out your own personal balance. Very nice. Check that the chest has not collapsed down. And if you can, you ground into the foot. Just take a moment. And then bring the foot down and change sides. So take your time. Find a way to get that foot up if you can. Very good. Make sure the armpit chest is still open. And then bring yourselves down. Very, very nice. So let's come down to the mat now and let's have you lying on your backs. So your back has worked really hard, actually, up to this point. So we want to allow the spine to be relaxed. And from this position, bend both knees into your chest. So just bring them in without the spine lifting off and just hug the knees in so that you get a sense of it will actually open. You know, sometimes people have gas, it slips out here. But as you do it, check that the shoulders are nice and wide and the whole spine is on the floor. So you're really looking to ground the back into the floor and just allow the hips to hinge and the shoulders to hinge as much as you can. And from here, you put your hands on the floor by your sides. So the hands are down. And what you will do is bring your knees above your sacrum. So they're moving a little bit further away from your body. So they're coming out some. And now circle the knees around. So you're putting pressure around the sacrum. So as you do it, your body will stay steady on the floor. You're just circling around the sacrum to stimulate it a little bit and calm it down. And then reverse the movement. Very, very good. And put your feet on the floor. So the knees are bent. From here, lift the arms straight up above your in front of your shoulders. Turn the palms to face your knees. Good. And take the arms over your head on the floor if you can. So just take a moment to feel this position. Same opening of the armpits. The elbows are long, but you are also relaxing in the spine a little bit more. And then bend the knees into your chest again in this position. And just lift the legs up to the ceiling. So you're not going to be doing anything beyond holding this position. The feet are flexed. You actually want to feel the weight of the legs grounding the pelvis. If I was in a live class with you, I'd be going around and pressing on the soles of your feet to get the weight of the legs going down. And notice that even though the legs are up, the body is still remaining nice and long. And you're allowing the back, it's kind of active because it's being stimulated, but at the same time it's supported, so it's a more restful position. And then bend the knees and put your feet back on the floor. Take the arms to the side. You're going to be doing a twist now, so the arms go sideways. And take your left leg and just straighten it on the floor. Left leg goes straight. And the right foot is more or less close to the knee. And now you will take the right knee and you roll it all the way across your body to the floor. And you can let the foot kind of come up so that you have this nice twist. And actually both of you are great because yeah, I mean, the eventual goal is the shoulders are down and the knee is down, but that takes time. So both of you are doing great. Just allow the body to unwind a little bit and let the twist do its magic. Bring the leg back. Very good. Put the foot down and extend it. And you'll do the same. Bend the other knee up. And then slowly the foot is close to the knee and you roll the foot over. Very nice. Notice that there's just certain pressure from the sacrum to help get the leg over. That's fine, Linda. Roll back on your backs. Bend both knees up. And bring the soles of your feet together. The feet are still on the floor, Arlene. Feet on the floor. And you lift your right foot up for figure four stretch. So the right foot comes in front of the left knee. And keeping the hips squared as best you can. Do not twist the hips, and lift up. You can hold the thigh and give yourself a hip stretch. Very nice, both of you. And bring the foot back down and do the same on the other side. Very nice. Bring the legs back down. Again, take your hands sideways on the floor so the arms are out to the side, and lift both knees up again to a tabletop position. So the knees are more or less over the hips or over the navel a bit. Keeping the knees and the feet together, drop both knees to the left. Both knees drop to the left. The hips will twist and the knees stay opposite the hips. Very nice. So again, let the legs rest on the floor. And if your shoulders are not on the floor, Linda, this is great. You slowly rotate. And also span your own body to see. Sometimes a person can have a very open shoulder, so the shoulder is on the floor, but actually the chest is not receiving as much twist as it can. The chest is stiff, but the shoulder is open, or vice versa, or it's in the waist, or it's in the hip. So each of us has strengths and weaknesses. So as you're lying here, just span within your own body what you would like to have more activated, and use a very subtle attention into that area to see if you can shift the tissue. And now lift the knees back up. See if you can keep them together if possible. That's it. So you activate the muscles. Excellent. And take the knees over the other way. See if you can control the movement as you go down. So there is muscular control, and then you rest. Nice. Oh, you're both doing so great. Very, very good. Then you bring the knees to the floor if you can. So you can relax into the pose now. And then take time to allow the body, first of all, just to unwind. And then start to scan it with your own decisions of where you would like a little bit more spaciousness. Maybe the arm that's stretched out to the side is actually shortened, so the tissue there can lengthen. Maybe the rib cage can have more of the take more of the spiral, or maybe the shoulder. It's very unique and it's very individual day to day. Lift and now activate the body a bit. Lift the knees up. Very good. And put the feet back on the floor. And you will open the knees so the feet are together. Open both knees sideways away from each other, allowing the inner thighs to stretch and lengthen. So just allow that position. Again, a form of unwinding and opening in the pelvis. And bring your knees together. Bend the knees into the chest and hold the soles of the feet for happy baby pose. In this position, check that your sacrum as best you can is down. Now just the right leg, take it out. Just the right leg extends towards straight. Allow the tissue to soften. Doesn't matter if the knee is straight or not. Now we're just more in a passive elongation. Bend the knee back. Take the left leg out. Gentle extension. Bend the leg back. And both legs go out. Both legs extend. Let that tissue start to kind of recalibrate a little bit. Bring the legs back and put your feet on the floor. And now setting yourselves up for Savasana. Keep your knees bent for a minute and roll your right shoulder and then your left shoulder under the body, the way you just did at the beginning of class. So the shoulder blades glides down to allow the neck to be long. Once you've had that position, move the hands 25 to 30 degrees away from the body, so there's a little space in the armpits with the palms rotated out, and check that the back of the neck feels long. Then extend right leg and then left leg, and first of all start with the legs hip width apart and flex your feet. So we're starting with the same thing. The quads are a little bit tight. As best you can, you press your hamstrings into the floor and you lengthen the heels away from you. And then relax the leg muscles and let them fall out. So the legs naturally, unless there's a reason, will rotate outwards and soften. And then allow the eyes to close and just relax the body. Savasana is such a beautiful restorative state that is so nourishing at the end of the practice. You want to, as much as possible, get in touch with relaxing. Relax your feet. Relax your shins and the shin bones and the knees. Relax your thighs and your hips, your genital area. Relax the glutes and the stomach. Release and relax the lower back. Feel the sacrum letting go of tension and the pelvis widening. Relax the upper back and the rib cage and feel the spaciousness of the diaphragm, the heart, and the lungs. Relax and feel the arms get heavier into the floor in a very open, passive way, with the hands soft, with a sensation of a willingness to receive. Relax the throat and the mouth. Feel the tongue gently resting on the lower palate and the jaw, both upper and lower relaxed. Lips and skin of the cheeks soft and wide. Relax your nose and your sinus cavities. Relax the cheeks and then the temples. Allow the eyes to drop in the sockets and the brain to become heavy. Allow the forehead to become heavy. Soften the top of the skull, and you'll feel a tingle there. Bring the attention to the breath and notice how it floats in and out. And again, connect to this space where the outside world is flowing in and then the inside world is flowing out without any boundary. And should this interchange and blending ever stop, then life as we know it in this body ends. So the sense of being separate is on a deep, deep level an illusion that we all hold on to, that's keeping a limitation within us. So just know the wonder of what is there more for you, more for your awareness, more for what is really the truth of life. And then slowly wiggle the fingers and the toes and bend your knees, and when you feel ready, you roll to your right side and bring yourself up quietly to a seated position the way you were at the beginning of the yoga practice. And again, tap into the stillness and the spaciousness and the essence of this never-ending awareness and consciousness of self. And to finish, let's bring our hands into prayer pose at the heart center and give thanks for the wisdom and teachings of yoga, and give thanks and honor the inner teacher inside of you and the wisdom teachings that are part of your life. And let's ask to be open, to be content, to gather and accept the wonder of what life is about, and know that within that there is always meaning, there's always service, and there's always joy. Take a deep breath in Bring your hands up to your forehead or third eye, down to your lips for a kiss. Bring your hands down to your heart and bow your head to your heart. May the mind always be the servant of the heart. Then lift your head, open your eyes, and namaste and Happy New Year, my friends.